They're portraying him as some sort of deity or he's a martyr now, but as if he's the second coming. And I don't think, look, if he had died sadly, and no one is condoning what happened,
No,
but if they wouldn't try to deify him, I don't think there would be the response from folks like us and people who are saying it's awful that it happened, but we must know who who Charlie Kirk was. And there are a lot of us out here who are wondering why they're trying to give him state funerals and lowering flags at half staff and giving him the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Oh, we know. I really appreciate what DL was saying. And, my wife, who's not into this stuff, she had no idea who Charlie Kirk was. So she was telling me, man, is this guy like some humanitarian? He has a bigger send off than Jimmy Carter. And then she read what he was about and she was horrified. This is America's x ray. The past week is an x ray of America. Look at who this country chooses to lionize, sanitize, deify, and valorize in death, Don. You're a black man, I'm a Muslim man. You're a gay man, I'm a child of immigrants. In order for you and me to have statues and monuments named after us, we would have to create statues and monuments. This country named statues and monuments after racist, treasonous losers who lost the Civil War and chose to secede so they could own black people. Look at how they have valorized Charlie Kirk. I was watching the Commanders-Eagles game yesterday. Moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Before the New York Yankees game, look at the bullshit Ezra Klein piece. My God, look how they fired.
I heard an earful about that today. Oh my gosh.
Look at how they've fired Matthew Dowd for saying the truth. Look at how J.D. Vance skipped the 9/11 memorial and went and traveled with his casket. What DL said. This is a man. I'm going to say it. I condemn Charlie Kirk's murder. I think you and me, you've had me on several times. We're not seeing. I've been very consistent. You can condemn the murder and call out Charlie Kirk's history of radicalizing young people with hate, his history of cruelty, his history of bigotry that he wore as a badge. A man who said that gay people should be stoned. A man who said that black people were better off during slavery. A man who, folks, supported the January 6th insurrection. A man who supported the white nationalist conspiracy, the Great Replacement conspiracy that radicalized people to commit violence. A man who was anti-trans, anti-woman. A man who said that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. A man who used to sick his army out on researchers and the media. A man who was against gun control, and gun control could have saved his life. And after a mass shooting 2 years ago, said, well, you need to have some of these casualties for our Second Amendment right. Well, those casualties are fine, because as long as the casualties were us, Don, right? Cruelty for you, civility for me. Safe spaces for me, terrorism for you. You can't criticize me, but I can criticize you and mock you. Charlie Kirk, who used his talents to radicalize young people, to bully the most marginalized on earth. And it is perfectly fair and fine for the rest of us to not engage in a hagiography or a